Basically, after Joe Budden said, man, you need to grow up, stop hanging with 25-year-olds and make older music and basically get burnt out. Because we all know that older people, older generation aren't the ones streaming music, going to concerts and stuff. So I don't know. It could be a catch 22 advice. So I don't know where Joe was heading. I mean, I do see where he was going with that, but this was Champagne Poppy had to say. He said, "You have failed at music. You left it behind to do what you were doing in this clip because this is what actually pays your bills. For any artist watching this, just remember that you are watching a failure give their opinion on his idea of a recipe for success. A quitter give their opinion on how to achieve longevity. You switched careers because the things that pop into your brain had you broke, living check to check, and the raps you write had 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty Nietzsche jeans to screw up their face to mood music. And pretend you are the GOAT. Please, to any artist that's doing what they feel is right, don't let these opinions affect your mindset. After the fact, this guy is the poster child of frustration and surrendering. You retired. We never hung up your jersey. We don't even remember your number. We know you for doing this. You withdrew from rap, not because you accomplished all you need to. It's because it wasn't working for you. I never want anybody in this generation to think that the whole everybody's entitled to their opinion is a real thing. This is a man projecting his own self-hate and the fact that I did and continue to do everything he wanted to do for himself. If you need to put it in simple terms, I own a 767. He owns a modest house in the 973 and flies first class on special occasions." Drake got completely tore Joe up. It was granted, it was warranted, but damn, he said, that's crazy. He said, shows 450 men showing up to your shows in dusty Nietzsche jeans to screw up their face to mood music. I was a fan of music. Nietzsche jeans were beyond my time, but at the end of the day, you can see this from both angles. Like, Joe is obviously proud of his age and ageism, and he is the epitome of the cool old nigga. If you think about it, like, everything he's done in the podcast space and just being able to age gracefully is dope. And I think that's kind of the advice he had for Drake. But anyone in music can tell you that the older you get in terms of generations, like, you don't really stream music. You're not going to go out to tours and concerts and shit like that. So it sounds like bad advice in a sense, because how do you want an artist who's has to remain palatable to younger people and also do it gracefully? And you can't do that by obviously aging out and hanging out with niggas your age. He says stop hanging out with 25-year-olds. I mean, 25-year-olds are the ones who's paying the bills in a sense, who's streaming music, who's coming to the shows, who's buying up the merch. You don't see 40, 50-year-old men waiting in line for Drake to come to their town. So I don't know, but here's what Joe Budden had to say as a response.
This is Drake. You know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of people attempting to spin the narrative that I'm a hater. That's what I'm sick of.
You are.
Every time I get into it with one of these niggas.
No, you're a hater, but not for him.
Pause.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. Like, you are a hater for some people in certain instances, but for Drake, you're not. And that was the thing for me. Like, yo, you really big Drake up.
Man, this is a thinly veiled attempt at revisionist history for the TikTokers and the streamers is what this is. This is who he is speaking to. The people that know me for this. I don't really, that's not really that ain't my base. And unfortunately for y'all out there, there's some people that was there. They lived through it before TikTok was a thing.
I mean, after hearing his rebuttal, I can kind of see where he's coming from. But at the same time, I think Drake has left us with enough dope albums, with Take Care, with Nothing Was the Same, to where I don't have to hear a new Drake anymore, and I'm satisfied with the amount of Drake that we have out. I'm talking about well into my 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I'm cool with nothing with the views and take cares, and I'm cool with that. Bria's interlude and all those old, like I'm cool. I don't need to hear no new Drake, and I'm satisfied. I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like that too, and I think him being able to just have a catalog and discography that's so vital, that's so important and still relevant is crazy. But I think Joe, who is, who was lyrically inclined in his days and still is, I think he kind of wants to hear the savant in Drake. So I can kind of get where he's coming from on that end. But at the end of the day, man, 20-year run, 15-year run, like, I don't think any amount of criticism can kind of move or sway Drake. Like, yeah, you get the hater shit because you have said a lot of shit about Drake, but at the same time, it's like he has given Drake his flowers too. But I don't think we kind of want to hear any more Joe criticism with Drake. That's just me, though. He is one of the podfathers in this space, so yeah, that's just me, though.